Hey guys, how's it going? It's Python. Welcome back to another Haikyu Fly High video. It's been a while, but we're back with a massive one today because massive gameplay changes have happened on JP. A big update just finished, and we're gonna walk over everything because this changes everything about the game, about team building, because two massive changes have happened when it comes to team building. The first one, and the biggest one, is there is no position limit. You can have as many players from any position that you want in your team. So if I want to have a team full of wing spikers and middle blockers, I can. I don't even have a setter on right now. I can have a team full of one position. I can have a team without any other position. Like, there is no cap on the position, which is a massive game changer outside the libero, of course. This is for me really good for the game. Like, right, it makes sense. Obviously in actual volleyball you're not stuck to positions like that, right? But it's really good. It makes a lot of sense, and it's gonna change team building a lot. And we're actually gonna go ahead and check the top players teams probably in a future video, because right now a lot of people haven't changed their teams, but this is gonna reshape team building a lot, man. It really will. And another thing is the team bonus, and as you can see right now, I've got a power attack team bonus. And actually, let me just step out because I want to show you. Before I did that, I don't have a team bonus right now. So because the setter no longer dictates your team bonus, your team advantage, your team trait, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember the correct term in English, in the global version. But your setter no longer dictates that. So as you can see here, we've got Kenma. I've got Kenma on the team. And actually, I want to show you this if I go to any game, right? It will show you... it will come up and say that I have no trait right now. So in order to activate traits, you need players with that trait in your team, and you need to have at least 4, or in the when it comes to receive, you need 5, because the libero always is a receive player, so it's kind of like a free. So they've made it so you need at least 5 for the receive to get your team advantage. And if you have got multiple team advantages, you can swap between them. Now the team advantage works the same in the sense of you as it was before, in the sense of you only get the advantage against the team with a different playstyle. And obviously, if you have no playstyle like me right now, I'm always at a disadvantage. So you always have to set a playstyle, and you can switch between the two. So as you can see here, for example, if I click on a player, Tanaka's not a good example, but if I click on Kuro here, Kuro's got 2 playstyles in receive and block, right? So he counts towards my block count and towards my receive count, okay? Same with Lev, right? Lev has got a block and a quick attack, so it counts towards those 2. A lot of players with different playstyles, and we're going to check all of them in a moment. A lot of players that got different playstyles are actually going to be really important to have in order to switch between your playstyles. Obviously, you can use players on the bench to switch, so now you actually have to build a team rather than just swap your setter out when it comes to you playing a team that you want an advantage against. So a lot of players with a lot more playstyles are a lot more advantageous. For example, we see Tanaka here is only has the power attack trait, so he only is going to contribute towards that, whereas, as I showed you before, players with multiple are going to contribute to 2. So for example, if I go to team number 2, I've just built something quick here. A lot of middle blockers, for example, have, and it's a full middle blocker team, funny enough, have the quick attack and the block trait, right? So if I go here, I've got the minimum for both the quick attack and the block trait to be active, and now I can switch between the two. At the moment, quick attack is active and it gives me an advantage in this certain stage, but if I want to switch, I can always just click on the yellow thing here and switch to the block. So now I have the block advantage on my team. So what this does is, obviously, it gives me, depending on the number of players that I have, minimum 4, maximum 6. As of now, since I have 4 and the block is active, actually, let's do it like this. Because I'm going up against the block, because I have the advantage, I get a 15% increase in quick attack. So this only works, again, this only works if you've got the advantage. So this only works in, for example, the quick attack, of course, only works against teams that are playing block. So before, right, when it was only the setter that dictates your team, you got a 30% increase. So this is now a lot lower. The maximum you can get is 25 if you've got all 6 players. So making it so trades are not as important and make as much of a difference as they did. So for a minimum of 15, that's half of what you used to get, because with the setter playstyle you used to get a 30% straight away. So and now you can only get up to 25, which I think is really, really nice. And of course you can switch between your team. Obviously you can always just swap a player in and out. So as I said before, a lot of players with a lot of different playstyles are going to be so important to have, and a lot of players with less playstyles are maybe going to lose a bit of value. So we're gonna actually go to the players and check some of them out. And of course the big one, the absolute big one, the biggest one is Hoshimi, because he's got 3 playstyles. He's got block, receive, and power attack. He is the character with the most playstyles in the game. I don't think there is a character with 3. I could be wrong. But of course there's not going to be a character with both power attack and quick attack, I don't think. So he's got 3. On the other hand, Hirogami only has 1 with block. So Hoshimi, if you got him on your team, is going to count towards the count of all 3 of these playstyles. So yeah, you've got a lot of characters. Again, a lot of wing spikers have got power attack and receive as their playstyles, right? So Bokto there has got that. Some other wing spikers, I mean a lot of them do, to be fair, right? Actually Izumi doesn't have the receive playstyle. That's interesting. But it doesn't really matter. Like, a lot of wing spikers do. So Saksa as well. Let's go to Saksa, right? Saksa's got it as well. So a lot of wing spikers have that, and a lot of middle blockers have got the opposite of block and quick attack, right? Hinata doesn't have the block. So it's Kishima, for example, right? He's got that. A lot of characters, a lot of middle blockers have that. SSR Aona has that, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see how you build a team around it. Of course, a lot of new two middle blockers have got the receive skill. So Hinata, SP Hinata has got quick attack and receive, and Kuro has got SP Kuro that I just showed you has got a receive and block. So that's actually really interesting that they are actually implementing middle blockers with not just receive skills, but also receive playstyle. So it's going to be really cool to see and build a team around them. Obviously, the fact that now you can actually play players without position cap, you don't have a position cap, means that you can play SP Kenma with SP Kuro, with SP Hinata and Tsukishima. SP Hinata and SP Tsukishima. So that would actually be a very, very powerful front four for you to play with 3 middle blockers in there. Now, a lot of people are actually maybe going to opt to not play middle blockers because they don't have receive skills. Obviously, 2 of the 3 that I showed you do have receive skills in Kuro and in Hinata, right? But a lot of characters, a lot of people maybe going to leave out middle blockers because they don't have receive skills. So maybe that actually kind of makes liberos not as important, because you don't have to switch them on, right? Because if your whole team has receive skills, it doesn't matter as much, right? Obviously you still want a receive specialist, but if a lot of your players have receive skills, it's not going to be as important to have the best libero in the game, right? So that's quite interesting as well. So as I said before, let's just take a look at a couple. A lot of people haven't actually changed their teams yet, because it's not been that long. Like, number 1 still has the same team, but he doesn't even have a playstyle available. No, he does have the receive. He's got enough players to get the receive playstyle. Number 2, he doesn't have a playstyle, as you can see there. So number 2 hasn't switched his team. A lot of these players haven't actually switched their teams around. I believe this guy has. Yeah, he's playing 3 middle blockers here. So as you can see, he's got 3 middle blockers. He's got the block playstyle. Yeah, this is just something that he's just changed into. I mean, a lot of these guys just have high dupes of everybody, so it doesn't really matter. So Yeah, a lot of players haven't changed their teams, so we're actually gonna go ahead and check them in like a week or so when a lot of top players have swapped their teams around and see what their teams are looking. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I was planning on doing a lot of planning videos, but this kind of changes everything. Of course, a lot of people, for example, want Ushijima and the twins. Now you can have them in the long run, right, on global, whenever this comes out on global. Hopefully it comes out a little bit earlier than by the time we catch up on to JP, but again, it is what it is. I think this is for the better, but maybe a lot of people are going to be upset. A lot of JP players that have kind of built their teams like that maybe are going to be a bit upset, but it's nice for us that we got this change in the game by the time that it's early on global. So I think this is good timing. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.